with Power for Parkinson's. Welcome to our Young Onset Circuit class. Before we get going, let me just remind you that this class is a high energy class designed for people with mild symptoms of Parkinson's disease. You will need to be able to exercise standing for an hour. You will need to be able to get on and off the floor fairly easily. I do recommend that you keep a chair nearby for safety and for balance to help you throughout these class. And for today's class, you'll need weights and you'll need a ball or something you can toss and catch. Doesn't have to be a ball, maybe some socks, a rolled up sock or something like that. You're gonna need to be able to catch it and clap. So that if you don't have weights, you can use water bottles and you can do everything we do without any weights at all, and I promise you'll still get plenty out of it. Okay, if you have not warmed up yet, please stop this video. Go and run around the room, go up and down the staircase, do something for about 3 or 4 minutes to get your heart rate up and prepare yourself for exercise so you lower your risk of injury. We do have a few options in our library for warm-up, so you may want to try one of those as well. All right, I think we got everything out of the way. Let's get started. So this is a circuit class. We're going to do 6 exercises, each focusing on large muscle groups, each focusing on a specific common symptom of Parkinson's disease. 6 exercises, each done for 50 seconds. One following the next. We'll do 3 rounds of the 6. First exercise we're going to do is a downward dog toe touch with a push-up. I like to start off with my favorite things. Who doesn't like to do push-ups? So let's get down into a plank position. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Plank position, you can do this on the floor, you can do this on the chair, you can do this on the wall, either one. Plank position. From here, you're going to reach up, lift your hips way up in the air and touch your toe, come back down to a plank, come back up, downward dog, touch your toe. Notice my legs were straight, downward dog, and then we do our push-up. So it's up, touch, plank, touch, and push-up. You can do this, you can do that push-up on your knees. If you have any kind of limitation or shoulder issues, that's another option too. You can do these all on the chair, making it just a little different angle, making it just a bit easier. Here's your push-up, here's your downward dog, plank, downward dog, and then that push-up from the side. So they're all good options. Just do what works for you. I'm going to put my timer on, put a little music on to make it a little more fun. Are you ready? Because I am. Here we go. Timer's on. Downward dog plank. Headache. Up. Now again, I want you to think about, it's not about, remember, a push-up is called a push-up. It's not called a push-down. Because the push, the action here is the lifting. It's more important that you lift. So push from your palms and try to come all the way up. It's not about how low you go, it's about lifting up. Try to keep those legs straight for the downward dog. It's nice to get started with a real easy exercise, right? Oh, there's our timer. Too bad, huh? Hate to stop when you're in the middle of having so much fun. Come on up, one knee in front of the other. All right. If you haven't gotten your heart rate up during your warm-up, you definitely got it up now, right? Okay, we used all those large muscles, our core, our shoulders, our legs. We used all those large muscles, so we're on to a good start. The next exercise, you may want to use your weights. You don't have to. This is going to be a squat and press. A squat, I'm going to ask you to keep your arms in front of you for the squat. So, because I want your elbows to touch your knees. Squat, you're sitting way back. Notice my knees are not in front of my toes. My head is up. I'm sitting as far back as I can. And then the press is an overhead press, all the way up here. Make sure those arms are not here. They're up here. And when you're pressing, try to think about pushing your shoulder blades down while you're lifting. All right, 50 seconds on the clock. Squat, press. Here we go. Elbows touch the knees and reach all the way up. Try to do this slow and controlled so you get as much out of it. Make it more muscular. Good. Sit all the way back and reach. Sit back, reach. Now if my pace is too slow, pick it up. My pace is too fast, slow it down. This is for you, not me. Go at your pace. Challenge yourself. Should really feel these, but I don't want you straining. Push the shoulders down and really reach. Working your glutes on those squats, large muscle. Working your core and upper back on those presses and shoulders. Time. All right. All right, nice work. Okay, so the next exercise we're going to do is floor. Whoop. You don't need your weights for this one. It's a floor curtsey. So you're going to do a curtsey. It's better known as a back cross. So you're going to lunge. So you're going to take one leg behind you in a cross position, come down and touch the floor. I want you to touch the floor because I'm really trying to get into that glute. So I'm going to be a stickler about this. Try to reach for the floor. Then stand all the way up, being good to your back. You don't want to stay down there. Take another step and go to the other side. Touch the floor. You can add the weight for this. I encourage you to do it one set without the weight so you make sure that you're really getting into those glutes and see whether you need the weight or not. I'm putting my timer on. Here we go. Reach to the floor. Stand up. All right, so we're really getting into that glute again. We're reaching all the way down. We're working quadricep and glute. Head up, chest up. Try to keep the weight on that front leg instead of the back leg. Don't let the back leg do much work. It really should not be pushing you off. Your front leg should be doing all the work. Head stays above the chest. Don't look down. Cross that leg. Time. Next exercise. You are going to need those weights again because the next exercise is for upper body. All right, so we're going to do a fly, which is an open and outward motion over here. Your arms are slightly, they're not in front of you, they're actually out to the side. Your elbows are slightly behind you, but your wrists are in front, so you're not putting stress on your shoulder rotators. You're going to do a fly, come down in a bent position, and then from here with your weights at your hips, you're going to do a kickback. So it's fly, kickback, fly, kickback. Notice it's all very slow and controlled. I'm going to make it just a little more fun so that we'll throw in some abs in it or core. Let's do it on one leg. Fly and kickbacks on one leg. If the one leg throws you, make sure you have that chair nearby for safety. But if it throws you, don't do it. Work on your upper body instead, just the upper body. Here we go. I'm going to stay a nice, slow, controlled pace. Try to keep those elbows close to you during the kickback. Keep them close, working triceps. So we're working front and back here. Shoulders. All those nice large muscles in the arms. Major muscles in the arms. Triceps, biceps, and shoulders. Deltoids. Kick back. Release. Try not to get into your neck on the kickbacks. Try to lift nice and slow. And I'm on one leg. Abs are tight. Holding my balance. All right. Good. Stay with it. My shoulders are starting to really warm up too, huh? Time. Thank goodness. All right. Well, let's exercise. Sixth exercise, we're going to use the ball. This is for speed. It's not a cardio exercise, but it's for speed. I'd like you to catch the ball and clap. See how many you can get in a minute. Try to get up to 4, go to 5, go to 6, do as many as you can. Don't stop until the 50 seconds are up. We're working on time. I want to force you to speed, to hand-eye coordination and time. Here we go. Timer. Go. it wasn't a cardio exercise. I lied. It is a cardio exercise. We're working speed, so whenever you're working speed, your heart rate goes up. But it's not your typical run in place or jacks or whatever. Please walk it off. Get your heart rate down because we're starting our second round, and the second round starts with the downward dog where your head is below your chest. So walk it off, grab some water, and get ready for our second set. Now, as I said, the second set, we start off with the downward dog with the push-up. The Parkinson's benefit to this exercise is we're working contralaterally, reminding the body to go toward the opposite, the right hand to the left leg and left, and that's for gait, for natural walking. That's also for balance. That helps balance with walking. That's number one. The other thing is whenever you're in a plank position, you're working on range of motion, your legs are fully extended. You want to make sure your legs are straight. Downward dog and plank, your legs are fully extended. You want to make sure that we're really extended. And then, of course, the push-up is something great to practice with. A lot of people tell me that they work on that. They use push-ups to train their body in case they fall. They have a reaction. They can push away. So it strengthens that for that. All right, are you ready? I'm going to put my timer on. We've got 50 more seconds of downward dog and push-ups. Here we go. Woo! I'm going to get in that downward dog. Here we go. Think about really elongating that body. Think about pushing away with those palms. Lengthening the body and pushing. Really important. And anytime you're in a plank position, you are working core, which means we're working abdominals. And whenever you're working abdominals, you're working balance. Because that's where your center of gravity is. And that helps you stay balanced. All right, time's up. Come back to all these. Strong leg in front. Push up, grab your weights if you want to for your squat press. Squat press. All right, come on down. Timer on. Sit back, elbows touch, and press. This particular exercise, we're focusing for Parkinson's, we're focusing on range of motion again. Watch, full range of motion, get those arms fully extended. We're also working posture because when you stand, you're pushing your shoulders down, pushing those shoulder blades down. Those are the trapezius, those are the muscles that allow you to stand tall. And of course, because we're bending nice and low and lifting, we're strengthening the quadriceps and glutes for gait, for walking. Push, push. Woo. All right, you may want to hold on to one weight, you may not. That's up to you because the next exercise are the backward cross lunges or the curtsies. The focus here is, again, crossing the midline. Whenever you cross that midline, crossing that pretend line in the middle, your brain works more functionally. Your brain works, both sides of your brain is working. Both hemispheres are talking to each other. We're coming down, we're working opposites, opposite hand to opposite leg for gait. All right, and strengthening the legs, of course. Here we go. Make sure you stand up nice and tall in between. Think about pushing those shoulder blades down when you come up. Strengthening that upper back. Think about looking forward instead of down. The floor isn't moving. Only you are. Keep your head above your chest. This becomes very cardio if you go fast enough. So there's no extra charge for that. It's a great exercise, both cardio and muscularly. Time's up. While you're getting your heart rate down, I did neglect to show you, I missed an exercise here, and I want to show it to you, and I want to do it. So here's the exercise. Are you ready? You're going to touch each finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then backwards. 4, 3, 2, 1. Not much of an exercise. Here's where it happens. Here's where it becomes an exercise. You've done that a few times. Now go use, each hand starts differently. This hand maybe starts with the pinky. This hand starts with the pointer. And you do each hand, and then maybe go back to the same, and then switch it. Go pointer. Okay, so you're constantly switching. You're allowed to look. While you're doing this, we're working our quads against the wall in a wall squat. Hopefully your heart rate's finally coming down after that last exercise. You're in a wall squat, which is a 90, you're sitting in an invisible chair, your legs are in front of you, and here we go, one finger at a time. I know it's hard to see me from there, so maybe what I'll do is sit a little closer, not in my wall squat. All right, timer's on. Okay, so that's the easy part. Now here it comes. You're allowed to look at your fingers. You're not cheating, and I can't see you anyway. I'm gonna go back to pinky, same, because I know I can do this nice and quick. Now I'm gonna reverse it. Keep switching it around. Keep alternating. Whatever one hand is doing, try to do the opposite on the other hand. Okay, what are the benefits in this? Besides your legs burning from the wall squats? Cognitive. This is all about stimulating the brain. How'd we do? I'm sorry I missed it the first time around, but don't worry, we still have another round. All right. All right, that kind of blew your mind a little, huh? Okay, the next exercise is the fly and the kickbacks, okay? The whole reason for this exercise, of course, is to keep your balanced body, flies using your upper body. But this is really about balance. One of the first things people realize when they become diagnosed is that or the reason why they get diagnosed is their balance is off. So we're gonna work on balance. Standing on one leg, just concentrating on pulling your belly in, concentrating on stimulating all those sensors that tell you where you are in space. A lot of brain work here. Keep that chair nearby you if you need it for balance. That's not cheating, that's being safe, that's training your body and being safe. Stay at it. I'm going to switch legs. Obviously this leg is not nearly as balanced as my other leg, and that's fine. That's normal. It also tells me I should be spending more time working on this side, right? All right. All right. Grab that ball, sock, whatever you got there, sponge, anything you can. We're going to toss and clap. You've got 50 seconds on the clock. I'm going to put my music back on because it's always more fun to do with music. And here we go. Trying to get past 5. I can't seem to get past 5. I got 4. Walk it off, get that heart rate down. Nice job. Grab some water, get that heart rate down. Wipe off, get ready, third round, best round. Okay, get your heart rate down, grab some water. So we're gonna do the same, except this time we're also adding the fingers, okay? That'll give you a chance to get your heart rate down, but still working on those quads and getting your cognitive. But in this round, we're doing a cognitive for every exercise. So I'm going to throw in a little brain challenge. The first one with your downward dog and push-up, we're going to say words that, another word for a restaurant. So there's restaurant, where else would you call someplace that you go to eat? There's lots of different names for them. See if you can come up with one every time you do your push-up. All right? Music, maestro. Timer, starting off. Plank, downward dog. Restaurant. Another name for a restaurant. Those legs straight, keep those arms pushing. Don't lose your form just because you're thinking about something else. Reach for those toes. And time. Keep your head above your chest. One leg in front, stand up. Get ready for your squats and press. All right, nice. All right, so the cognitive challenge with our squats and press. Let's just think of different types of dogs. The last exercise made me think of dogs, downward dog. So every time you reach up, think of a type of dog, a different pedigree, or different types of dogs. Be creative. Let's see how you do. Sitting as far back as you can. Remember, this is a squat. Sit way back, get those elbows on your knees, and reach. Make sure your shoulder blades push down, not together. Sit down. Chest up. Are you stumped? Keep thinking. Come on, think, think, think. Time's up. All right. The next exercise are those back cross lunges or curtseys with the other arm reaching toward the floor. This time, whenever you go to the right, when you go on this side, I want you to think of things, animals, whatever, things that crawl. Doesn't have to be things that crawl. On this side, then when you come up and you go to the left side, things that fly. Things that crawl, things that fly. So you're switching each side. Timer's on. Almost. Timer's on now. Here we go. Try to use that opposite because we're working on contralateral. Try to keep your head up. Push off that back leg. Try to really cross the midline. Exaggerate. Woo! I exaggerated. Try to really cross that midline. You'll get more muscle out of it, but you're also stimulating the brain more. Time's up. All right. Get that heart rate down. Find a space on the wall or have a seat. Fingers are touching. I'm not going to give you another challenge. This is enough. Take your hands in front. You're allowed to look. You're allowed to look. You can take those arms to your side, not seeing them at all. That may be even harder, a little more of a challenge for you. Let's get going. Timer on. Music on. Here we go. Make sure your back is on the wall. Make sure you're pushing behind you. Push against that wall so you are safe and steady. Let those legs feel the enjoyment of the wall squat. Let the brain enjoy the challenge of the fingers. Time's up. All right, gently and easily pull yourself away from the wall. Grab your weights for your flies and tricep kickbacks. All right, for this one, we're going to count. I love the count. We're going to count, starting at 100, count backwards by sixes. So you can either go every time for each one, or just every time you do a fly, do one. It doesn't matter. But the point is that you're using your brain. You're doing something other than what your body, taking your mind away from your body. All right, timer is on. You're on one leg as well. Oh, forgot about that, right? Up. And in counting by sixes, down from 100. Try not to throw the arms. Try not to swing the arms. Try to make it more muscular. Less momentum. Open up the chest. Stand tall. All right, this is too easy on this side. It's not that easy on this side. Try not to let your neck feel any of this. It's all arms, shoulders, arms, and abdominals. Time's up. All right, the last exercise, we're going back to that toss. Once again, nothing to think about except counting. Try to get past whatever number you had. I got as far as 5, couldn't go any higher than 5. I'm really working on 6 this time. Figure out what you need to do and do it. Challenge yourself. I'm going to put this on a little faster to give me a little more momentum. Here we go. Nah. Almost. Woo! All right, walk it off. Oh, the props are out of your way. Give yourself lots of room here. Let's walk it off, get some water, wipe off. Great job today. How did we do? Were you able to challenge yourself? Were you able to beat your record? Were you able to go just one more? All right, let's cool down. I'm going to cool down on the floor. You can do whatever is more comfortable for you, but I think it'd be fun to just change this up a little and get on the floor. So if your heart rate's down enough and your head, keeping your head above your chest, if you're comfortable enough, get on the floor. We're going to lay down on our belly, stretch our quadriceps. So coming down nice and safely. An alternative for this is to come down on the knees and come into this position right here, and that's a great alternative. You're stretching out your quadriceps, your back is supported with your hands on your knees. Otherwise, you're with me on the floor. One leg is straight, my head is down, my forehead's down on my hand, and I grab hold of my ankle, and I just gently, not yanking, not stressing, but gently bring it in, and let's count out loud to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, release that leg, switch it to the other leg, and once again, if this is difficult for you or it's not for you, you just switch legs. You're going to bring the other leg here. That leg is slightly off the floor, you're leaning into it, stretching out your quadricep. Otherwise, you're down on the ground, your forehead is on your hand so that you're not stressing your neck. You grab hold of your ankle or your foot, and we hold here, and this time we count backwards from 10. Here we go. 10. Try to get that heel in. 9. Try to keep your hip down. 8. Keep that hip on the floor. 7. 6. Use your vocals. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. All right, good job. Let's roll over gently and easily onto your back. All right, from this position, both knees are bent. Lower back is flat on the floor. We're going to raise one leg and just bring it straight up. This is a hamstring, back of leg. All those downward dogs, that's what we're stretching. So you're going to grab hold of anything but the knee. You can grab hold of your thigh or your calf. You can grab hold of your toe. Maybe you can, I can't. And hold it right here. We don't want to yank or stress. We just want to hold it right here. For some of you, this is a great stretch. You're really feeling it. If you're feeling it behind the knee, soften the knee just a little, and I promise you'll get a better and safer stretch for you. If this is too easy for you, don't worry, I got you covered. Drop this leg. And I can't do this, but straighten that leg and straighten this leg, and now you've got your flexor stretching, but you're also really getting into that hamstring. I'm going to bring it back up here where I'm a little safer. And just hold it. Let's count 10 again, even though I know we've been holding it all this time. 10, 9, 8, say it nice and loud, 7, so you're using your vocals, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Bring that knee into your chest just for a second, just to release that muscle. Drop it down to the floor. Other leg comes up. Everything is the exact same. This leg is straight. You can grab hold from your thigh or from your calf. And if you can, grab hold of the ankle or the toe. Good for you. Show off. And hold it right here. If you can or need more of a challenge, extend and straighten that bottom leg. Keep this leg straight and just gently bring it towards you. Once again, going to stay at my level and hold it right here. And we're going to count to 10 using your vocals. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, both knees into your chest, stretching and releasing your lower back and your glutes. Hands, I like to keep the hands underneath the knees instead of on top, just in case you have any issues with your knees. Don't want to be pushing on soft tissue. So I'm just going to ask you to hold it right here, lengthening those legs, lengthening your glute muscles. Hold it right here. If you want to get a little more out of this, grab hold in what's called the dead bug a stretch, and you hold it right here, and you'll feel a great stretch again in your glutes. And we're going to count in Spanish to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, bring both knees into your chest. Take your shoulders and your knees and roll them in the same direction together in the fetal position. From here, this is a much safer way of getting up if you when you're on your back. It's better for your back. So now let your hands help you. Roll yourself up to all fours. Let's stretch out our shoulders and our back. Walk your hands far forward as you can. Keep your hips over your heels, over your knees rather, and just stretch. And from here, we're going to say ooh because this feels great. Ready? Ooh. And release. Take your hands, bring them back underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes underneath you. Lift yourself up into another downward dog. Now we're stretching out all those muscles, your calves, your calf muscles, your glutes, your hamstrings. We're stretching out your shoulders and your arms. Your biceps and your triceps are all stretching out. Shake your head, yes, I had a good time today, I worked hard. Shake your head, no, no double desserts for me today, only one dessert. And release. Walk your hands to your feet. Hands to your feet. You can bend your knees if you need to. That's not cheating. We're just releasing and relaxing all those muscles. Slowly roll up. Bring your arms directly overhead. Big full body stretch. Deep breath in and out. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had fun and got yourself a nice big challenge just as much as I did. Let's drop those arms and finish with a big yay because we are done. Yay! Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next week. If you enjoyed yourself, please give me a thumbs up at the bottom of your screen. And if you're not subscribed yet, it doesn't cost anything. Hit that button, subscribe, and help other people find us. There's not a lot for Young Onset on the internet or even around. So we want to make sure that we are reaching as many people as we can. Thank you. Have a great week.